All right, guys. So what we have here is we have a SentrySafe and we have a Honeywell. And what we're testing today, they say they're fireproof. So we are going to put some of our important items into here. So we're going to start with something simple like money. See what happens if it burns. I mean, this isn't a lot of money, but we'll see what happens. Okay. You guys see this here? Nano ledger, okay? These cost easily $100 each. On this, there is some Bitcoin. Not a lot. I mean, you can almost consider it dust with the cost of, actually sending it back and forth. But this one over here, this Honeywell, is a little bit more expensive than the, what's it called again? The SentrySafe. So we're going to test the fire safetiness in case you didn't know. So we've got some flash disks, we've got some memory for cameras and whatnot. We've got passwords for our Ledger Nano. So the pass key here, we're gonna see if that can survive a fire. And now, I mean, this is really the most expensive item that's going in here. But I mean, imagine this is your license certificate. Let's put that in here. This is your love note for the lovebirds and whatnot. More love notes, whatever it is that you need, right? The things you want to keep safe, right? So, where do we want to put the ledger? Guys, let's take a vote.
That one.
In the expensive one on the left or the cheap one on the right? Let's see what happens. Cheap, cheap, expensive. Alright, it's 2 out of 3. Cheap, expensive, cheap. It's in cheap. 2 out of 3. It's 2 out of 3. That's how it works. Alright, lock it up. We don't actually need the keys. And we are going to, I need your help, guys. Sarah, please carry a box.
Yes, of course.
Drop your beer right now. Okay, so what you see how there's like a 5?
Yeah.
So you hit the down button, and I've got almost the kind of the combination you'd have on your luggage if you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Which is, if you remember Spaceballs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Instead, this is 2. So you hit both of them at the same time, and then 4, and then 6, and then 8, and then boom. Holy shit. Guess what we have, folks? We have a Ledger Nano, which fucking survived the fire. Awesome. Alright guys, thanks for joining us. Alright folks, so last night we did a fire test on SentrySafe and on a honeywell. And the honeywell didn't do well at all. Basically everything in there burnt to a crisp. It's all gone. So all of the little discs and all that, all of the flash drives, the money that was in there, the paperwork that was in there, it's all gone. We took a little bit of a vote before we put the Ledger Nano into, over here, before we put this into the safe boxes, or the fire safes. It was a 2-to-1 vote, and we ended up putting this into the SentrySafe, and everything in the SentrySafe survived. So you can see in the photos here and in the video what made it, but the money that was in there survived. The recovery sheet, passwords for the ledger survived. We've got a couple other these flash drives that survived. I haven't actually plugged them in yet to figure out whether or not all this stuff works. We're gonna do that right now. But while I was editing the video, I'm doing that this morning, I ran into the problem that as we were prying open the SentrySafe, somebody hit the off button and we didn't pick it up until we were back here trying to figure out if the ledger works. And the ledger works, I mean, which is a complete surprise. So if you think about it, we put a whole bunch of stuff into 2 fireproof boxes and only one of them survived. So it's pretty clear which one you want to buy if you're looking for fire protection. I mean, there's no doubt about it. You're going to go with the SentrySafe. You're just not going to do Honeywell. Sorry, Honeywell. It's not like it was a super scientific test or anything, but you can tell that your product burnt up and the other one didn't in the same fire. It's a pretty clear test to me. Let's see if these actually were able to survive the heat inside that SentrySafe. I really don't know. We're going to figure it out. Hopefully it doesn't blow up my computer or anything. An Excel document. You guys seeing this? Coming from this little Coleman. Let's see if it opens up. That's pretty cool. It worked. So far, the ledger survived in the SentrySafe. This little thing survived in the SentrySafe. So far, 2 for 2. Another flash drive. Got a little bit of debris on it, but looks fine. It's got a PDF, it's got an Excel file, let's see what happens. Again, impressive. It survived. Got some math. Got an Excel file in here. Again, another point for the SentrySafe, wouldn't you say? All right, 3 for 3. Of course, the money, let's call that 4 for 4. The recovery sheet, 5 for 5. There were instructions, we were like pretending if they were real documents, so 6 for 6. How about these little flash memory cards that you would typically find in like a camera? Let's see how those fared. Alright, so the downside is it looks like this disk was already empty, but you can tell that I can access all the different files in here. So this one's good. And then let's see this other, this is a 32 gigabyte one. Let's see what's on here. It's got some files in it as well. I mean, oh look, images. Aha! We have an image. I don't know if you can see this. Looks like a dental practice probably. I don't remember which one, but that's definitely one of my clients in their dental practice. So, again, the SentrySafe works, guys. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna do this again because it was amazingly entertaining and fun. And if you couldn't tell, we had a few beers during and after and before. I'm not saying that I encourage people to go out and start fires while they're drinking, but I really wanted to test it. I really wanted to see if fireproof means the same thing, and clearly it didn't. So with that, keep your stuff safe. You gotta do it. The SentrySafe option is really cheap, really good at fire protection. Probably gonna want to steer clear of that honeywell. It's got cool buttons and everything, so you can punch in your code rather than having to depend on keys. But in the end, it's pretty clear which one was the victor. Thank you for watching.